All right then. So now what we have to do is we have to bring that file uploader. So let's go ahead and create a file uploader. So this is the place where we are going to say file uploader section, which means the not a file, which is going to be an image uploader, the cover image. This one, the cover image. If you notice here, if I choose something, so I can able to choose an image, and if I choose any image over here, that image will be directly uploaded, and you can see we have the progress bar and we having this toast animations, and the image is uploaded to the server and it returns back and it's been displaying over here. If I wish to delete it, that image will be deleted instantly from the cloud, and as well as it changing the UI also. So this is the part that you have to do in this particular section. Now what I have to do is I'm going to create a div, and I'm going to write a styles for that, which is going to take the width completely full. Let's bring back to our design, width full, and BG gray is going to be 300, and backdrop blur medium, and height, I'm going to fix the height for the mobile screen, which is going to be 420 pixels for the mobile screen. Then from the large screen onwards, I'm going to fix the height not more than that, like 620 pixels. Then on 2XL, that means extra large device, I'm going to fix the height as 740 pixels. All right, so now let's keep this round and medium, and the border, it's going to be 2, and we are going to have the border as dotted, and border color, it's going to be gray. Let's keep it as 300, and it's, of course, it's going to be cursor pointer, and flex, everything should be in the center, justify center. So save these changes. Now you should, okay, we messed up something. Oops, this division is supposed to be right after these input field. That's what we messed up. Yep, now it's fine. So I don't need this background color anymore. It's looking awkward. Save these changes. All right, this is how it looks, just like over here. Okay, but why we have the BG color border? Okay, so BG gray, let's keep it as 100. Fine, now it's looking fine. And now inside this division, now all we have to do is to bring that image assets and everything. So that's what we are going to do now. So now let's create a state. So we have to create a state to monitor the images and everything. So just like the same way, let's say use state snippet, and this is going to be the image asset. So for this image asset, so we are going to create an object. Inside this object, so we need to keep 3 different information. 1, the asset URL, and 2 is the asset loading state, and 3 asset progress state. So is image loading, that's the state. Initially it's going to be false, and image URL, and that is going to be the null, and progress, let's say progress, and let's keep that as 0. So we can keep this as URI itself. We don't need to keep it as image URL, because basically we need to get this image URI and we need to put it into our form data image URL. So let's keep it as 2 different variables so we don't get any conflicts. Even if it is the same, that doesn't matter, because we are using the parent object is going to be image asset, and the parent object over here is going to be the form data. So that's not an issue. So we don't need to get confused ourselves. So let's keep it as a different name, so we will never get confused ourselves again and again, right? So now what I need to do is, so okay, so give me a minute, 1 second. Where is here we go. So now what we have to do is, so inside this part, this is the place where we are rendering. So if we have an image asset, so if you think about it, if we have an image asset, we need to display that asset URL, or else we need to display this click to upload option. So I'm going to check a condition over here, like if image asset is loading, if the image asset is being loading, then I need to render a React fragment, which means a component over here, or else I'm going to bring one more React fragment over here. So save changes. So if it is loading inside this React fragment, I'm going to bring a div class name, and that is going to be flex column, item center, justify center, and the gap between is going to be 4. And over here, I'm going to bring that puff loader, and the color of that puff loader is going to be the exact same color what we have used for our main spinner. So 498 FCD, and the size of it is going to be 14. Save changes. So let's assume for the time being the image is being loading now. So let's change the states to true. You should be able to see that puff loader over there. And just like the same way, underneath it, I need to bring the image progress. So the progress percentage of that image asset. So let's bring that image asset. Inside the image asset, if I have the progress, and I need to fix that progress into 2 decimal places. 2. After that, I need to display the percentage sign like this. So that is supposed to be displayed like this, 0.00% for the time being right now, because image it's not been uploaded. So later we will update the state, so that will be displayed over here. So let's get back and change this image loading as false. Now we know how the image loading state will looks like. So image is not loading now, so we are not getting any of this. Now inside this React fragment, so if it is loading, it's going to show the loading state. If it is not, it's going to show the another 2 different part of that uploaded, which is nothing but, if it is not loading, which means you either have your image asset URL or you don't have the image asset URL. If you have an image asset URL, we need to display something. If you don't have, we need to display something. So here, this is the place where you need to check if not image asset dot URI, which means if I don't have the asset URL, then I need to display a component over here, react.fragment, If else, I do have to display something else, react.fragment, save change. If I don't have the image asset URL, what I need to do, I need to display this part. So inside here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a label. So for this label, I'm going to say class name. Of course, this is going to access the complete width. Cursor is going to be pointer, and of course the height is also going to be full. And inside here, I'm going to have one more division, which is going to say class name, flex column, item center, justify the center, and height, of course, it's going to be full, and the width, of course, is going to be full. And inside this division, I'm going to bring one more div, class name, same flex, item center, justify center, and the cursor pointer, and the flex column direction. And inside here, I'm going to have a paragraph tag. Inside this paragraph tag, we are going to display that icon, or else this is the place where we need to display click to upload, and we need to display the file upload icon like that. So we should able to see that icons over here like this. It's taking some time to render. Okay, it's fine. So now for this, if you want to change some styles and everything, class name, let's change the style. Let's say text 2XL. The size of that icon is going to be 2XL. Save the changes. Okay, so okay, that's fine. For this, click to upload class name. I'm just going to say text LG. Save the changes and the text txt light color. And for this, I'm going to increase the gap as 4 so that I can able to have some gap in between these icons. All right, so that's looking fine. So, and right, once the place where we are finishing the label, this is the place the label is being completed. Here I need to bring an input statement, input, and the type of that input statement is going to be file, and the class name it's going to be width. I'm not supposed to, because if you're not giving this, see what's happening. You should be able to see a option called choose a file. So we don't want to choose this. We don't want to see this. But if the user clicks this, we need to bring that select a file option, right? So that's the thing that we have to bring it over here. So to achieve that, what I have to do is all I have to do is to say width 0, height 0, and this should accept, it should not accept every image, it should accept the jpg, then .jpg, then .png. These are the image format that we are allowed to accept. So these are the image format that we need to accept. So remove this unwanted space, we don't need this unwanted space. So .jpeg, .jpg, and .png, these are the file extensions that it needs to support. And on change, whenever the changes it's been happening, I'm going to call handle file select. This is a method that it needs to be triggered whenever there's a changes on this file. So handle the image file changes, const. Okay, so now all we have to do is to get that event over here. So let's get that event and let's make this function as asynchronous function, and let's say const file equals to, from the event target, let's get the files. In that files we do have the in the first index we have the information about that file which we selected, because basically we have two property, length and as well as the files information. Files information is the first property, so that will be in this first index on that array. So save this changes and let's console.log that file whether everything is working fine or not. And let me open the inspect elements, go to the console. It's a warning, fine. Close this, and now if I click this, that is opening the file selection option, and you can see it's not showing any other images extensions. It's showing only the extension which is supportable and which is acceptable over that input field. And let me choose this any kind of templates whatever I'm having over here, or I can go to this and choose the resume builder and choose the images. So these images I already dropped it in the assets link and it's already attached in the link description, so please go ahead and you can find this template 1 and template 2 and template 3. So if I choose this, you can see we have all the informations about that template or the image which we selected. What is the image and what is the image type and what's the name and what's the size. We have all the necessary images which we have. Now all I have to do is to send this file to the Firestore database, Firestore storage, and we have to get the download URL, and using that URL we need to display, right? That's the part that we have to do in the next.